Hey folks, Fernando doing a short video here for the Modern Survivalist. I just want to talk about something that's been in my mind because I haven't seen a video about this gun before. Here I have the Marlin Papoose, which is by all accounts one of the more popular survival or bug out rifles in terms of something that's very small, compact, lightweight, easy to carry. You put it together and there you have a decent 22 long rifle gun. The Papoose and the Ruger 1022, both of those are very popular in that role. Now there's another one that I believe is a very strong contender for maybe that position of maybe one of the best, if not the best, survival gun. One of the best bug out guns in terms of something very compact. You put it together and you have a decent gun. Boom, there you go. Taurus Model 72. How many videos have you seen of this gun? I've looked, I haven't found a single one. Not one video of the Marlin 72, and yet I think this is one of the strongest contenders for one of the best survival guns you could have. Look how compact this thing is. It's nothing. Yeah, sure, it's not maybe it's a little bit heavier than your Papoose, but this is super compact. It just takes up no space whatsoever. You can throw it in the back of a car. You can have it in a boat or kayak or whatever. It is just tiny when you break it down like this. Okay? And when you put it together though, let me do that for you, you have a very capable little rifle. Do like so, you put it there. Keep in mind I'm doing this with my camera between my hands, and I do this by hand. You have, as you see, the slot there for a coin or whatever. If you're gonna give it a little bit more of a tug and tightening it a little bit more. I've never had this unscrewed, even using it a lot, firing several hundred rounds and just tightening it like that by hand, stays right there in position. So you have a gun that is compact. It's easy to put together, easy to assemble. It's not using any magazines. And yes, this would be the biggest disadvantage I see because I like the semi-auto capability in the Papoose or in the 1022. That's a big advantage. Now, even though you lose that, you have a magazine here as a magazine that you're not going to be losing, so it's attached to the gun itself. That in a survival situation may be in itself an advantage, not to have any magazines to lose. And you have 10 round capacity, and you have a gun that is firing 22 Magnum. Alright, 22 Magnum is a lot more powerful than 22 long rifle. Alright, this is a powerful little gun, both for hunting and for self-defense. That's something that I believe makes quite an interesting proposition here. It hits that sweet spot of, it's not as compact as 22 long rifle, but it's not that much bigger either. It's nowhere near the volume, bulk, and weight of your true rifle cartridge like 223 or your 308s. Those would be larger. You're talking about maybe magazines and such. This is a tiny box, 50 rounds of a very capable little round. For self-defense, you're kind of like in the league of shooting a 38 special in terms of stopping power from this barrel length. For hunting, Native Americans up north, in more polar regions, the Eskimos, those folks have been using this for a very long time, very successfully, taking down a number of game. Pretty much anything you could possibly think. I believe, if I remember reading correctly, they've used 22 Magnum for even taking down polar bears. I don't know the legality of that. Pretty much is kind of questionable and certainly not the ideal caliber for that. But we go back to that thing of what are you more likely to need this gun for? Okay, let's completely honestly here. Are you more likely to need this gun? Even though it has its origin as a foraging, hunting, emergency gun, the reality is most of us will have to use our guns in either way. If it's a true survival situation, not just a hunting trip, there's a strong chance you'll end up using this gun for self-defense against 2 or 4-legged predators. And if that's the case, you are far more better served with 22 Magnum. 10 round capacity in the tube right here, fast in that pump action gun. This is a gun that even slam fires. So you just keep the trigger pulled back, boom, boom, boom. You work the gun and you empty the magazine in the right direction. You put a lot of fast lead downrange. It's a very accurate gun as well. So even if you're looking at using this, you know, in its true survival, wilderness original role, it's a very accurate gun. So for hunting, absolutely it will do its job if you do yours. So lots of love. What would make this gun pretty much perfect would be a synthetic stock. You know, synthetic furniture would make it pretty much perfect. Being stainless steel, it would be along the lines of the Papoose over there. So yeah, you kind of have, you know, you give up that semi-automatic capability, but still loving it. And I think it's a very strong contender for maybe one of the best true survival guns you could have. Model 72. Guys, it's going to be all for now. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Take care. See you on our next video.